Governor-elect Hayden Burns said today in Jacksonville he hopes the state legislature will not have to deal with reapportionment until after its regular session. That statement in response to the Attorney General-elect's statement of yesterday that the legislature might not be legally constituted unless it reapportions before April. The comment by Earl Faircloth also brought response from state legislators meeting here in Tampa today. Representative Bill Bassford of Jacksonville, Senator Robert Williams of Jackson and Calhoun counties, Representative R.O. Mitchell of Leon County, and Pinellas Senator Bill Young gave WTVT News their opinions on this subject.
There's no question that the Attorney General's statement, Mr. Faircloth, is subject to the interpretation that our laws passed in this next session of the state legislature could be invalid. But we're at this point, the present confusion leads us to believe that it may also be valid, and I think that the courts have this under consideration.
I believe that the Florida legislature is legally constituted under the decision of the state Supreme Court in 1963. And I cannot and do not agree with those who would cast confusion and panic among the people of Florida at this point in our procedure.
I'm sure that Mr. Faircloth realizes that the Florida legislature is in fact a de facto legislature. And because of this, we will be able to enact legislation as we have in the past, which will be effective. We will be able to levy taxes which will be effective.
Mr. Faircloth's statement is concurrent with the position that I have expressed since March of 1963, that the next session will be unconstitutionally apportioned, and I go just a step farther. I believe that the 1963 session last year also was unconstitutionally apportioned.
The Legislative Council Committee on Insurance heard arguments pro and con today on proposed legislation dealing with insurance here in Florida. 21 pieces of legislation were considered at the public hearing. Of chief concern to homeowners was the proposal to bring title insurance companies under more strict control. The legislators claim the controls are necessary to ensure homeowners that the insuring company will be in business and be accessible for the life of the mortgage. The now dormant Florida Children's Commission got a boost today here in Tampa. State Senator George Holohan of Coral Gables led a discussion by a citizens advisory group concerned with the fate of the commission. The last session of the state legislature let the Children's Commission expire by failing to approve money for its operation. The appropriation was for $125,000 for the two-year operating period before the Legislative Conference Committee pared it out of existence. The advisory committee, appointed by Governor Ferris Bryant, voted unanimously to recommend restoration of the money and volunteered to serve under Governor-elect Burns if he should wish them to continue.
The state cabinet accepted the recommendation of its building coordinator and approved St. Petersburg's Mirror Lake area as the site for a proposed state office building today. The downtown St. Petersburg area won the nod over two other 5-acre tracts offered by Pinellas County, one in Pinellas Park, the second in the Toy Town area. Both County Commission and the City of St. Petersburg offered to cooperate in donating free land to the state adjoining the proposed governmental complex in the Mirror Lake area. State Senator Bill Young, who first proposed the state building, commented on today's cabinet action.
This very early decision of the cabinet on the part of choosing a site for the state office building is very gratifying. I hope now that we can progress to the next step, the actual decision to get construction and construction planning underway so that we can actually have this state institution and state facility in our county of Pinellas before too many more months pass.
Commission Chairman John Bonzi was also pleased with the decision and said the next matter to resolve is the exact location of the building.
Actually, the county has very little property in the Mirror Lake area. The resolution passed by the county was that the county will cooperate with the city of St. Petersburg and offer property to the cabinet for the state building.
The matter of wrecker rates, we'll have that story in a moment.
This is a new menthol cigarette. Devon menthol, significantly different, smooth. It's the only menthol with the famous 3-piece Keith filter, unique in cigarette filtration. 2 modern outer filters, plus an inner chamber of charcoal granules, activated and specially fortified, make Devon's flavor smooth.
Smooth, smooth, smooth. That's the taste of Devon menthol.
The three-piece Keith filter smooths the smoke through charcoal granules, a basic material science uses to purify water you drink, purify air you breathe.
Smooth, smooth, smooth. That's the taste of Devon menthol.
Smoothest menthol you've ever tasted.
The next portion of Pulse is brought to you by Greyhound.
So Greyhound and leave the driving to us.
And leave the driving to us.